Right, I'm just gonna put it out there straight away. The drama that we're talking about today might be my all-time favourite. And I'm sure you've seen it everywhere on social media at this point, but I just couldn't not talk about it. It's the Willy Wonka Experience. The basic context is there was a Willy Wonka Experience, like an event that happened in Glasgow, Scotland this week. And long story short, it was shit. Honestly, we have a lot to go through in this video. People are calling it like Scotland's version of the Fire Festival, and I can see the similarities. So here's the original website, right? This is what was marketed. This is the reason why people bought tickets. Indulge in a chocolate fantasy like never before. Capture the enchantment. I mean, that's a tagline I've ever heard one, isn't it? Welcome to Willy's Chocolate Experience. Yeah, one thing you'll notice is that they never say Willy Wonka in this. It's just Willy's Experience. Which is quite ironic because here in the UK, that could mean many different things. Dive into the whimsical of Willy's Chocolate Experience, a place where chocolate dreams become reality. Book your adventure now and embark on a journey filled with wondrous creations and enchanting surprises at every turn. I mean, the way that they have bigged this up, you would expect at least a half-decent event. I mean, look at the pictures they've used here, right? Clearly the most AI-generated images you've ever seen. Actually, this image here is one of my personal favourites because it just says, Imagination Lab. God, I just can't wait to embark on a wonderful adventure in the Imagination Lab. We have yet another just clearly AI-generated image here. It says it's off the Twilight Tunnel. I mean, wait till you see what the Twilight Tunnel is, by the way. I mean, look at the text at the bottom of this image, and this is why it is so clearly AI-generated more than anything, because when you use AI to create an image, the text is usually wrong. And it looks exactly like this. Like here it says, light and we also have unexpected twits. Sorry, I don't want to keep on with the AI images for too long, but look at the state of this. Entering. Oh wait, no, I just scrolled down even further on the same image. It gets even worse. Catgakating. Karchi tons. A paradise of sweet teats. I mean, the state of this, how did this website ever get made live? But the wild thing is here, people actually bought tickets. In fact, a lot of people bought tickets. And I believe they're about £35 each, which I think is about $45, $50. And of course, when you see images like this of like a magical land with lollipops everywhere, you were expecting big things. Well, you can imagine the customer shock when they finally turned up to this event and saw this. I mean, I shouldn't laugh because people have genuinely just been scammed, but it's hard not to. I mean, look at the state of this. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. I've just came across the magical lands they were talking about. And of course, by magical lands, they mean they've just printed out the AI image and stuck it on a wall. Oh, and also, you remember that Twilight Tunnel they were on about? Here's the image that they used for it. Like, I mean, doesn't that look crazy? Well, in actual reality, this was the Twilight Tunnel. I mean, they haven't even tried. What is even going on in this picture? They've literally just threw up some random pieces of material and called it the Twilight Tunnel. And I'm just going to show you some more images of the event before we get into like the nitty gritty, you know, going into the actual event organizer, seeing his backstory, going to like the staff and hearing their experience. But I mean, first let's look at this, right? Clearly it's in some big massive warehouse that they've hardly really filled. So they've just got a few props here and there. I mean, isn't that the most upsetting image you have ever seen in your life? Just looking at that makes me want to cry. I mean, how have you made such a magical image look so sad? Oh, bloody hell, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. Look at this. This is just like an abandoned warehouse. Now, of course, these images only show like 50% of the event, right? Because there's also characters involved. This is obviously one of the biggest parts of the event, right? People who really enjoy the Willy Wonka movies can go and actually see their favorite characters. Or even as a little added bonus, they might actually see a character that they probably don't recognize.
What is that? It's the unknown.
This is my favorite video from the event. What is that? It's the unknown! Yeah, for some reason they added this, like, villain into it, wearing this creepy mask, which is just terrifying all the children there. And the reason why this has even happened is because the script is completely AI-generated, and we will get to that, because we do have the script. But there's also this image doing the rounds on social media, saying this photo from the Willy Wonka Experience is single-handedly the photo of the year. I know it's only February, but closer vote, there's no topping this. Please find this woman, she needs to be interviewed ASAP. And as you can see, it's someone dressed up as an Oompa Loompa, and she doesn't look like she's really enjoying it, does she? Now, she has actually spoke out about this experience, and she didn't really have the best thing to say, but we'll get to that too. But first, let's take a look at the organizer of the event, and here he is, Billy Coull. And as we can see by his bio here, it says, meet Billy Coull, the enigmatic wordsmith from Glasgow, Scotland. Billy crafts captivating mysteries and gripping conspiracies. And of course, what he actually means by that is that he's released 17 books that are completely AI generated. Like, this guy loves AI. Like, he is such a big fan. He's also apparently been known to release, like, courses on how to become financially free.
In this 5-book series, right, is I'm revealing to you the rules of the rich And these are the rules that some rich people really don't want you to know. And it's going to really show you how that you can become financially free.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you, Billy, but I don't think I'm going to be taking any financial advice of you anytime soon. I mean, can you imagine the advice in that book? You've got step 1, create an event and completely scam parents. Yeah, I think I'll pass, funnily enough. Right, so I'm filming this a little bit later in the day, but I've actually just went over to the House of Illuminati website. So this is the company that is owned by Billy. And I mean, just to add to the fact that this guy loves AI, just look at the state of this. So here we have the description, right? Welcome to the House of Illuminati, a realm where fantasy and reality converge to create unparalleled immersive experiences. Yeah, I'm sure it does, mate. I mean, look at this image right here, as if that is going to be one of their events. I mean, just looking at that, I would love to go. But they do actually have a section for our events. These are apparently some events that they do, like the Enchanted Retreats and stuff like this. But look at the images. You are going to constantly set yourself up for failure when you have images like this, making it look like you're going to enter a new dimension. Like, in what world can you live up to this image for the Enchanted Retreat? You're going to make this, are you? I mean, I guess if all else fails, they can just print out this image and stick it on a wall in a warehouse. I'm sure that'll work. Now, like I mentioned before, we do actually have the script for this event. It was released on some articles, so let's have a read through. This is what people were given, like the stat. I mean, it starts off with a scene here that says, a whimsical, brightly lit stage that hints at the magic of the Garden of Enchantment beyond. Willy McDuff, a character of eccentric charm and wit, stands before the curtain and separates the mundane from the magical. The audience is buzzing with anticipation. Yeah, I'm sure they are. And the thing is, right, I've seen a few people giving the staff a bit of stick for this, right? They clearly had no idea. This is what they were given. If I was given this as an actor, I'd be like, oh, fucking hell, this sounds brilliant. They were just trying to do their job at the end of the day, and I mean, I've heard their videos, and they didn't know what was going on until I got there, after they had signed contracts. Okay, so this is apparently how it starts, right? Willy McDuff. Ladies, gentlemen, and esteemed guests of all ages, welcome. I am Willy McDuff, your humble guide on this journey to the extraordinary, the spectacular, the downright magical Garden of Enchantment. Audience applauds. Yeah, something's telling me they probably didn't applaud. Ah, we have some well-prepared adventurers. Excellent. Your journey into the garden will be one of awe, of laughter, and perhaps a mild case of bewilderment. But fear not, for I, Willy McDuff, have traversed its path many a time and have only gotten lost. Pause for effect. Thrice. Audience chuckles, enjoying McDuff's self-deprecating humour. What the fuck am I reading, man? I mean, fair play to the guy who played Willy McDuff, because he had a big job on his hands, didn't he? Now, the script itself is 15 pages long, and they originally advertised this to be an hour long, maybe 45 minutes long. Apparently, it only took people 5 minutes to get around the whole thing. Mainly because there was, like, you know, nothing really there. So all jokes aside, this is just a straight up scam. It's so falsely advertised. And because of this, as you can imagine, parents were furious, right? They were waiting outside the building after they'd been in, absolutely furious, requesting a refund. They even called the police. And there's even this video going around of the parents confronting the owner, the guy who organised all of this.
You're here to represent a company that's taking money off of parents, grandparents, for children.
This is Christmas presents off Santa.
Oh my god, can you imagine this being your Christmas present? These kids are gonna have a vendetta against Santa for life at this point.
As I said, we are going to start to issue full refunds as from Monday morning. Thank you.
Right, so where's my guarantee?
Yeah, I mean, clearly he wanted no part of this, right? He says, oh, look, we're going to be filing refunds from Monday morning. I'm not sure if that actually happened. I'm hoping that it did. That is clearly the right thing to do here. But, I mean, he barely wanted to speak. I think he knew how shite this was. And how did he not expect this to happen? Did he really think people were going to go in there and be like, fucking hell, yeah, I mean, I'm getting what I paid for here? And I'm not sure if people's refunds have been made, but I do know that the workers, like the actors on the event, have started complaining, saying that they haven't even been paid. As we can see here on this article by the Daily Mail, it says one of the actresses Mr. Cole hired for this event, Kirsty Patterson, was promised £500 for 2 days' work. Now, I believe Kirsty is the woman from this image of the Oompa Loompa, and the article goes on to say, speaking to Mail Online, she confirmed that not only has she not been paid, she also hadn't been briefed on what her role would even involve. Which again is why I've got to say, you can't give the actors stick here. They did nothing wrong, they tried doing their job, and I mean, it was a tough job to have, wasn't it? There was literally no way they could have done a job good enough to make the customers happy here. And speaking of the staff, the actor who actually played Willy... whatever they called him in this, the person who played Willy Wonka, right? He has actually came out and spoke about his experience.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Connell and I was one of the actors employed to play Willy Wonka at the Wonka's Chocolate Experience fiasco that happened.
I am so sorry to hear that, mate.
I'm going to be poking a little bit of fun at the event, but I wanted to say before I start that I feel for anyone who bought tickets to this event, people who are expecting a magical chocolate experience and got me in a top hat in a dirty warehouse.
I already like this guy. Again, you can't blame the staff. He did nothing wrong here.
So the first red flag for me was when I was cast as Willy Wonka.
This guy should be doing comedy, not playing Willy Wonka in a fucking warehouse. I mean, I didn't want to be the one who said it, but why did they employ him as Willy Wonka? He looks nothing like him.
I got cast as the part on the Thursday, and was told that I needed to learn the script for the Friday. So I said, no problem, send it over. The script was 15 pages, monologue, pretty much, of AI-generated gibberish.
Oh, trust me, we know, mate. I've got to say, I've seen a lot of people saying that AI is going to take over the world, and they think it's already getting to that point. Clearly not. AI can only do so much, and in this case, not a lot at all.
But one of my favourite lines was, there is a man who lives here. His name is not known. So we call him the Unknown.
Oh, yes.
The Unknown...
my favourite character.
...is an evil chocolate maker who lives in the walls.
Yes. Why didn't they put that in the actual movie? That is gold.
What is an evil chocolate maker for a start? Does he make evil chocolate? Or is he an evil man who makes chocolate?
I mean, that's one of the biggest mysteries of 2024 already, isn't it?
You mean he lives in the walls?
Yeah, I don't think he lived in the walls. I think it was more like he was hidden behind a mirror. But yeah, I guess that's similar, right?
We were told on the experience to hand out a jelly bean, one jelly bean per child.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh because people have been scammed. But fucking hell, that is hilarious. Imagine you've watched the Willy Wonka movies, right, where they genuinely are in this magical land filled with chocolate, everything you could ever imagine, right? They've got chocolate rivers, for goodness sake. And then when you go to this experience, you're just given one jelly bean. You'd get more just going trick-or-treating, even if you knocked on the bad neighbour's house, you know, the one who didn't even like kids. But still, that miserable bastard would at least give you like a Mars bar, and that's better than a jelly bean.
And a quarter of a cup of Tesco's own brand lemonade.
Stop. This can't be real, man. I mean, it is real. We've seen it's real, but I still refuse to believe it. Are we sure that this whole event wasn't AI generated? Are we sure that these warehouse images that we've seen aren't AI generated? It's just some weird, like, marketing tactic? There is just no way this happened. That Billy bloke who created this whole event, who, by the way, has the same name as the guy who started Fire Festival. Think of that what you will. But how did he think this was gonna go? It was never gonna go any different. People were obviously gonna be fuming. I mean, maybe we need to pass a law on Billy's not being able to run events from now on. Just a thought.
There was no chocolate to be had at this chocolate factory, which I really think they missed the trick, because if there's ever an event to sell chocolate...
yeah, you'd think.
I'd say it was this one.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? But yeah, either way, that was the Willy Wonka Experience. I hope you had a magical time. This whole thing has genuinely been hilarious to me. I do feel bad for the people who did pay for tickets. Hopefully they did get the refunds, because this is ridiculous. But it's created a very funny event for us who didn't pay tickets, so I guess... that's a positive. But no seriousness, this is an outrageous scam. They have genuinely just scammed everyone with shitty AI-generated marketing, promising the world, making it seem as if it's going to be this brilliant experience that's going to make you feel like you're actually in the Wonka movies. And in actual reality, they got a warehouse full of, like, shitty, cheap props and actors who, unfortunately, didn't know what they were getting themselves into. But yeah, either way, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please do a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.